Most men don't ruin their lives in one dramatic moment. There's no explosion, no single disaster, and no instant collapse. It happens slowly, almost invisibly, through something which feels harmless at the time. Avoidance. Not laziness, not stupidity, avoidance. Because avoidance is training. Every time you avoid something hard, you're not actually staying the same person. You're practicing becoming the kind of person who avoids. Rehearsing a future where you don't follow through, you don't do what you said you were going to do. And then one day you look up and you realize you don't trust yourself anymore. That's how it starts. And that's how it ends. And the reason this is so dangerous is because avoidance feels like relief. It feels like you're protecting yourself. You postpone the discomfort and for a moment your nervous system calms. And you tell yourself that you'll deal with it later when you have more clarity, more energy, more confidence, or more time. And later is the lie. Because later never arrives as a clean slate. Later arrives with interest. And the interest is who you become. So let me make this concrete. There are a few moments that every man recognizes. Moments when you know what you need to do and you feel yourself hesitate. You know you need to make that phone call, but you don't. You know you need to have that conversation, but you postpone it. You know you need to send that message, but you leave it in draft. You know you need to start doing the thing, but you get ready instead. Or you know that you need to stop something, but you tolerate it instead. And in that very moment, it doesn't feel like you're ruining your life. It feels like you're choosing comfort, you're choosing peace and to avoid stress. But you're not actually choosing peace. You're choosing rot. Because every avoided action leaves a residue. It's not just the task that stays undone. A small part of you learns a lesson. When it gets uncomfortable, you cave. Your word doesn't mean anything. You'll protect short-term comfort at the expense of long-term respect. Now do that once and it's nothing. But if you do that for a year, you slowly become someone that you yourself don't admire. Do it for a decade and you become bitter. And this is where bitterness actually comes from. People think that it comes from life being unfair, bad luck, other people having advantages. And that's what bitter men say because it's a lot easier than the truth. The truth is that bitterness is usually the emotional byproduct of deferred self-betrayal. It's what happens when you quietly know that you didn't do the things that you needed to do. And you need a story to explain why life looks the way it does. So you blame the world, you blame the system, you blame your parents, the economy, you blame women, society, literally fucking anyone. Because if you don't, you have to sit with the fact that you had chances and you didn't take them. Avoidance creates that man. And what makes it worse is how easy it is to justify in the moment. Modern life has created 1,000 hiding places. You can call avoidance self-care. You can call it research. You can call it planning. You can call it waiting for the right time. You can call it healing. You could even call it working on yourself. You can build your entire identity around preparing and never touch reality. And that's why this shit is rampant. Avoidance has always existed, but it has never been this easy to dress it up as progress. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. The moments that really build change into your life are always uncomfortable. Things like the decision to train when you don't feel like it. The decision to say no to someone that you want to impress, to end something that's draining you, to start something before you're confident, to have that conversation that you've been dodging, to send that message which might get ignored, and to ask what you want, knowing that you might not get it. Those moments are the whole game, and avoidance is just refusing to pay those prices. But here's the thing, you either pay now, up front, in discomfort, or you pay later in regret. There is no third option. Life is a payment system, and if you don't pay with discomfort, you pay with time, you pay with dignity. And if you don't pay with dignity, you pay with resentment. Either way, you pay. But here's the part that should give you hope, because avoidance goes both ways. Action is training too. Every single time that you do the thing that you don't want to do, you're not just completing a task. You're building a certain kind of man. You're training self-trust. You're teaching your brain, when I say I'll do it, I do it. Even if I don't feel like it, even if it's awkward, even if I'm fucking tired or it's uncomfortable, it doesn't matter. And that results in compounding self-trust, which people mislabel as confidence. Confidence is not a personality trait. It is the byproduct of evidence. And if you have a long history of doing what you say you're going to do, then you feel calm and you feel solid. You trust your future self. You don't need motivation because you've trained reliability. On the other hand, if you have a history of avoiding, you feel shaky. You don't trust yourself. You need external hype because you don't have internal evidence. And that is the difference between a man that has genuine self-respect and a man that's trying to manufacture self-respect through consumption, content, goals, and fantasies. Self-respect isn't something that you think, it's something that you practice. And the practice is doing the thing anyway. So the question then becomes, what are you avoiding right now? Not in theory, not what should you be doing, but what are you actively avoiding today? There's always this one thing that keeps coming back to your mind, and you keep pushing it away. It might be a conversation, a decision, a message, a training, your finances, your work, leaving something that's rotting you. And the reason that it keeps coming back is because you know deep down that it matters. You're not confused or lost. You're just negotiating with discomfort. And the negotiation is costing you your life. And avoidance doesn't just keep you where you are, it actually makes you worse. If you avoid training, you don't stay the same, you get weaker. If you avoid sales, you don't stay the same, you get poorer. And if you avoid hard conversations, you don't stay the same, your relationships rot. Avoidance is an active decay process. So if you want a simple operating system for not becoming a bitter, miserable old man, it's this. Pick the one avoided thing that you know would change your life if you did it, and do it today. Not perfectly, not with the perfect plan, and not after more research. Today, now. And then do it again tomorrow. And if you're young and you're watching this, understand what the stakes actually are. Your life is being built right now by what you do when you don't feel like doing it. Not by your intentions and not by your goals and not by your intelligence or what you know. Only by what you do. So stop treating avoided discomfort like a harmless preference. It's not. It's training. If you keep training rot, you will eventually wake up as someone that you hate. And you won't even be able to explain how it happened because nothing big ever happened. It was just slow decay, death by 1,000 tiny deals that you made with yourself.